We are holding on the bottom of Vav Amid Aleph. I would like to chazer outside the Vav. It was a lot. We did a whole Amid last night. It's a little bit of a sidebar sugya, which is the reason why we took the liberty, of moving along a little bit. But let's chazer the Vav outside, and then we'll move on. The Vav comprised of the following. And really, we need to know this detail anyways for today's sugya, which is we had Rav Chia bar Rav. Rav Chia bar Ashi and Rav taught us shiurin, chatzitzin, mechitzin are all halacha leMoshe misinai. These three entities, all of shiurin, all of dinam of chatzitzin, and all dinam of mechitzin. Why do we bring this in? Because we're in the middle of trying to understand Shitas Rebbe Yehuda. Why a sukkah needs to be minimum of 10 tfachim. According to Rameir, it's pashut. Why? According to Rameir, an amma is 6 tfachim. The arin and the kapyrus is 10 tfachim. The top of the kruvim is 20 tfachim. Soichichin bekanfeim schach. That's we know 10 tfachim. The question is, but according to Rabbi Yehuda, that an amma is not 6 tfachim, an amma is 5 tfachim. So why shouldn't your sukkah have to be 11 and a half tfachim? Answer to Rabbi Yehuda, halacha leMoshe misinai, that what? Shiurin, all of mechitzin, all of chatzitzin are learned out. God told Moses on Har Sinai. Yesterday, we spent the day asking a long and lengthy question on shiurin. Because we just said shiurin halacha leMoshe misinai, frakta Gemara. What do you mean? What about the Zayin minim, the Shivas minim? The Torah taught us in a pasuk, Eretz chita sa'iro dvash, Eretz chita sa'iro degefen teina riman Eretz zayis shemenu dvash. And yesterday we went through each and every one of the Zayin minim and what they taught us. Asks the Gemara, we see clearly that it's what? It's not halacha leMoshe misinai, it's mefurish b'Torah. Answers the Gemara, it's not mefurish b'Torah, it's a asmachta be'alma. Just making sure. Just making sure. Just making sure. Weiter. Baruch Hashem. So says the Gemara, fine, that's shiurin. What about chatzitzin? And that's where we're going to pick it up from. Whoever listened to the Chazara, this last part we sort of flew through. So let's pick it up from there. About 10 lines from the bottom. Vav and Aleph. First word on the line is who? Chatzitzin de'araisa ninu. Asks the Gemara that you just told me that chatzitzin are din de'araisa. That chatzitzin are halacha leMoshe misinai. What do you mean? Ask the Gemara. It's a din daraisa. Tersiv. It says in the Torah of Rachas, it's besara b'mayim. You have to wash your flesh in water. And from the pasuk we learn out, shelo yiyeh davar chaytzitz. You're not allowed to have anything chaytzitz, any chatzitz. So what does chatzitz mean? Something separating beinoi lebein hamayim, between you and the water. So says the Gemara, it's a pasuk. Why are you telling me it's halacha leMoshe misinai? Answers the Gemara, ki asai. I feel bad. The chalom probably needs salt. Kedarke b'kodesh. Doesn't need salt?
No.
Okay, I guess the over-generous extra salt that I threw in was maybe enough. Ki asai hilchasa, says the Gemara, lisayrai, for thee here. Now let's pay attention, because this is one of the most famous Gemaras in Shas. Now I know that's the classic Rebbe move, that every Gemara is the most famous Gemara in Shas, but this one actually is pretty famous. Let's get involved.
Sure, everyone knows this story.
Yeah, everyone knows it. The way that it works is, what's something that everyone knows, you know, and your chavrusa doesn't know. Same thing, it's a famous, Anyways, says the Gemara, Nima achas. This part is not the famous part, we're going to get to in a moment. Nima achas, we have one here, kshur, that is hadnat. Chaytzetzes, it's a chatzitza. Which, by the way, let's just read and then we'll explain. Shalish, we have 3 hairs tied up. Einay chaytzetzes. Shtayim, einay yadeya. Says the Gemara. So what do we see? We see that the halacha of a chatzitza by hair is that's what the pasuk is used for. So the halacha l'Moshe Misinai is, excuse me, the opposite. I said it backwards. Excuse me, one more time. The halacha l'Moshe Misinai, the hilchasa, is for the din of the hair, and the pasuk is teaching us stam the din of chatzitza. Asks the Gemara further, Sa'aray nami daraisin. What do you mean? We know the din of sar, of a chatzitza in one's hair, midaraisa as well. How do I know midaraisa as well? Tichsev, the pasuk says, Varachas es b'sara b'mayim. And that extra word es, we darshin es ha-tafel l'b'sayrai. And what is that which is tafel? What is that which is auxiliary to your b'sara? Yomai nihu, says the Gemara, sayrai. So asks the Gemara, we see sa'ar, we see hair from the pasuk as well. So why do you need halacha l'Moshe Misinai to teach you about hair? Answers the Gemara, ki asya hilchasa leched Rav Yitzchak. So the halacha l'Moshe Misinai is for what? The din of Rav Yitzchak. To Amar Rav Yitzchak, we turn over the page, and this is the famous Gemara. Before we get to Rav Yitzchak, I want to make one mention that this explains. Whether we know, whether we don't know, one of the big mikvah preparations is combing the hair. Sometimes people wonder, what's the big deal? Who cares? Comb your hair, don't comb your hair. What's the difference? This is why. Because what happens if you comb through your hair and you get stuck? It's called a knot. You're getting stuck in a knot because the hair is knotted and the comb is getting stuck in it and it's trying to pull through it. So who cares? The answer is that's a chatzitza, because the water has to be able to touch every dot of the hair. And if there's a knot in the hair, the water can't get in there. So that's why the combing of the hair is such a big deal. It's mamish our Gemara. But now we turn over to Vav and Beis, and now we're going to learn about all halachas of chatzitza. Again, what is chatzitza? This is why Hasidim shave their heads. Very good. Very good. 100%. 100%. Hasidic women, many of them, not all of them, the Chassam Sefer already writes about this. A lot of them shave their head. Obviously, they cover it up so that they don't have any shaylas with their hair. We're going to see in a moment how it gets a little bit deeper as well. So now we're discussing chatzitza. Let's remind yourself, the chatzitzas apply 2 times in this world. Where do the chatzitzas apply? Apply for a woman go to the mikvah, and they apply very simply. When this cup, this Heilige cup, which they left the sticker on the bottom, obviously for the shear, so we can see what a chatzitza is. When this cup went into the mikvah, this sticker right here on the bottom was a chatzitza. Potentially. Why do I say potentially? Because now we're going to see, I feel bad I made such a mess. No. Now we're going to see, let's say you own this cup. You ready? You bring home this beautiful Kinyan Succah cup, gorgeous colors, and you go overly zealously, as every man does without thinking. You go, you run to the mikvah, you dunk it in, gavaldik. Next morning you're drinking it, and your wife says, "You genius, you left the label on. Don't you know anything? You're sitting and you're learning Gemara every night, you don't know anything. There's a label on the cup." Is it a problem? Oh, there you go. Is it a problem or not?
Not a problem.
Here we go. This is the Gemara. So now if you want to know why it is, and that's for one person it might not be, for one person it might be. We're going to get there in a minute. Gemara, Sukkah, Davav and Beis, this Gemara appears multiple times in Shas. Comparison, he's looking inside an Irv and Yivam, inside an Nida. And this is the reason. Says the Gemara, let's understand this well. Devar Torah. Me de... We got a private stash. What are these?
These are the hot tamales.
I know you like the hot tamale one. Chicken and hot tamale.
How spicy?
Not that spicy.
I didn't know they were both.
It has a nice balance.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Ooh wah. Okay, Chaver, let's go. Dvar Torah. Rubai umakbidulav. Ready? Everyone listen. This is you're going to learn this Gemara once. The rest of your life, you're going to be able to answer this question. Dvar Torah. Midaraisa. Rubai umakbidulav. Raiv. What does Raiv mean? Majority. We're going to use this cup. Midaraisa. If I want to know, can I tovel this cup? There's one question. Is majority of the cup covered? No. And am I makbid on it? 2 questions. Number 1, one Band-Aid, is it majority? The answer is no. Big, massive cast, majority, yes. Are you makbid? Depends.
Only the inside you makbid.
So in a cup, very often, it wouldn't be a problem. We're going to have to get to inside out, so let's get there in a moment. Rubai umakbil midaraisa. Slow down. We're about to get to derabbanans. That's daraisa. Chaitzitz. V'she'eino makbil. If you don't care about it, eino chaitzitz. So we'll give a classical case. That what's a case of roiv? It's hard to get a case of roiv in real life. It's never going to be roiv. It's always going to be a small little bit on it. You never really get majority.
Something covering, let's say, a blade. It's covering full.
Oh, okay, that would be a good case. A knife blade. Yeah, the peelers.
Or you
Good.
buy one of those pots that say it's technically covered in
Oh,
the oil.
so good. That's odd. So I didn't want to get there, but good. That's a good case. So one could say this is covered. This is covered. It is. It's glazed. It's glazed. That's how they make the cup. And maybe one would say, but we're getting advanced. That's called negative makbid. Right, but that's reverse. That's reverse hakpada. That's reverse hakpada. Right, that's something else. That's reverse hakpada. That's something that you want there. Okay. Next, that's the raisa. Vigazru came along the rabbanon and they made a gezerah al rubai she'enai makbid. Even if you don't care. Misham, every Gzeirah D'Rabbanan has a Misham. Why did they make this Gzeirah? Because of Rubai Umakbid. Meaning, one step removed, we make a Gzeirah. Givaldik. Next, and this is where it gets difficult. Val mi'utoy hamakbid. If I have a miyot, this is a miyot. This little label is a miyot. Umakbid. If this was a woman's cup, she'd be like, oh my gosh, there's a sticker on it. It's terrible. I'm returning it. But Rebbitzin, it's on the bottom. You don't see it. Are you crazy? It's a sticker on my cup. A makbid on it, and it could be, it goes by the one who's going to use the item. So if I have a miyot of a little sticker, umakbid, and I am makbid, they made a gezerah that's a problem. Mishom rubai hamakbid. Because of rubai hamakbid. So there's a gezerah d'Rabbanan on a miyot hamakbid. Miyat hamakbid is basically
big amount, right amount.
Right, no, because, very good, because you might make a mistake and mess up right hamakbid. Good.
What if something has cardboard over it, and the cardboard absorbs the water,
So that would be a problem. You have to take off the cardboard.
but it goes to the metal?
Okay, so good. What happens if it goes through? So the answer is going to be
Tissue.
yeah. Let's say you didn't.
The sticker's going to go through.
The sticker will not, when you just put it in the mikveh, it will not, because it's sticky, it's dust, it will not go through.
Plastic goes
Shano, the real question, you asked about going through, this is, $1 million shellas in contact lenses and things like that. But it's true, if it would theoretically go all the way through, it would work b'diavad, not l'chatchila. Why? Sugya. Next. So now, they made a gezerah on miyot hamakbid. Asks the Gemara, 1 second. V'legs are nami. Why don't we make a gezerah al miyot she'enoi makbid? If I have something on a miyot, even if I don't care about it, why do they not make a gezerah mishom miyot hamakbid? Piggybacking. Everything piggybacks on the thing before it. Inami mishom rubai she'enoi makbid. It's the same level. Meaning rubai. Good, it's the same level. That's the kasha. So again, we have daraisa roiv umakbid, dirabanan roiv einoi makbid, miyot makbid. Question: why don't we go the next level, miyot einoi makbid, because of this level? What's the answer?
What's even the shaila? If the other one is Darabana, obviously.
Answers the Gemara very good. Too far. He gufa gezerah, it itself is a gezerah. Vana neko v'nigzer gezerah like gezerah. Too far. And that's the reason why. Now you understand. If you have a sticker and you do not care about it, b'diavad, it's okay. Why do I say b'diavad? Because lichatchila, the rule with chatzitzis are, we take off everything. This.
Most guys don't care with their wife.
So that's a good. So it's a good question. How do you define it?
Your wife will not care.
There are times I have to go back and type
right.
But that's because she's not sure possibly of the halacha.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It depends. Meaning, let's be clear. Sometimes it really depends where on the item it is. Even if it's on the handle, a guy might say, like, who cares on the handle? But like, she actually cares. Right, no, but even on the handle, you say, who cares? She says, what do you mean, who cares? It's there. Something like this is the quintessential example That is not a problem. Now, I still say lichatchila, you should take it off. Because there is a lichatchila to always remove everything. Now,
You already went.
when it comes to this cup, without getting complicated, this cup I would have let you leave it on for multiple reasons. The reason number one is if you try to take this off, what's going to happen? It's going to make it 10 times worse. It's going to make it, and then you're going to run into a big problem. Because then you're going to care about it. And then you're going to have to spend the next 20 minutes with the gugan and all the wonderful zachin and the oil and the neighbor. Yeah, everyone with all their eights for you, but at the end of the day, it's sticky in the bottom of your cup. That's number one. Number two is that this cup, believe it or not, only needs tefillas kelim l'chumra. L'chumra. Why do I say that? What's this cup made out of? Ceramic. Very good. Ceramic, porcelain, same thing. Ceramic is a putter, does not need tefillas kelim. So what's the whole shiloh? Why did I just make a big deal? Because, why is this shiny, as we mentioned before? It's glazed. What's it glazed with? Who knows? Glass. They melt on glass, and it's glazed with glass. The glaze of glass is the reason why there's a chi of tefillah. But lemaisa, because it's
glass, like Pyrex, don't have to be.
glass does. Glass. You're talking about. You might be talking about kashrus, something else.
Typical China, I think that you get in your house. That's
So
great.
China it depends. Usually it has a glazing on it also. The minog is to be machmer and tayvelit, as we probably all have done in our households. Lemaisa midina, because the glazing is so thin, so thin, lemaisa one could be makel and not necessarily tayvelit. So that's the reason why something like this wouldn't be a problem. But again, the $1 million question always is, are you makbid? And you have to be honest. And only one entity knows if you're makbid, and his name is God. So you can't fool him. Meaning, you come home, I'm not makbid. What should I tell you? You ask your wife, you're right, you're not makbid on the sticker? What are you trying to tell me? Why are you kicking me under the table, right? Right. We shouldn't care. Sign that you're not makbid. Yeah, right. Guess what? That doesn't work. God knows the emes. Let's finish up. Says the Gemara, Shalom Abracha. Says the Gemara, where are we holding? 3? We're at 7. Givaldik. That's 8. Beautiful. Says the Gemara. So that is, again, what did we just talk about? Just about chatzitza. And we just asked the kasha that chatzitza is the right. So what do you need the lachem Moshe Sinai? You need the lachem Moshe Sinai for what? For this label. Kidder Rav Yitzchak. This is the din that you need the halacha Moshe Sinai to teach us this din. Says the Gemara further. Now, we'll just point out which precise detail is the halacha Moshe Sinai teaching us. That's a sugya on itself. Mechitzin, what is mechitzin? That's the din that your sukkah has to be minimum 10 tfachim. Hadamaran asks the Gemara. Hanicha. Now this goes full circle. Beautiful chazara as we started off with today. That this whole Gemara is according to whom? Only Reb Yehuda. Reb Yitzchak was the one that said the din, but only Reb Yehuda is the one that said that the amma is 5 tfachim. According to Reb Meir, that the amma is 6 tfachim. We didn't need this whole shmooze. So says the Gemara Givaldik. Ha nichal Reb Yehuda ela li Reb Meir ma'ikal meimer. According to Reb Meir, what is the din of mechitza needed for? Because according to Reb Meir, we know the minimum height of a sukkah from the Aroin. So what do you need halacha Moshe Sinai for? Ki asya hilchasa, for what? Legud, we've had that already, good asik. For lavud, we had that as well. Uledoifen akuma. Those 3 entities, Reb Meir says, don't have halacha Moshe Sinai. What does Rav Yehuda say back? The Gemara ends. The Gemara doesn't discuss. Siyata dishmaya.